I don't get why there's an FCC that can make those rules. I don't understand it. It doesn't jibe with what I understand about America and the First Amendment. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, they're just words, right?
What?
They're just words.
Yeah, but you want to let me finish?
Love it, or do you hate it?
No, but he's bothering me so much. When I was a kid, I was bullied, but I was bigger. I was bigger and I was bullied.
You're still bullied, even though you're bigger than
Bullied
kids.
by littler kids than me.
Oh no,
this way.
This is a flashback.
And I was bigger. I could beat the out of you.
I'm like, how do you get your series from FX?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't think anybody's done that.
No.
Really. Well, FX took my series off. I don't know why. It's so weird. It was really successful.
Yeah.
And then they just made an arbitrary decision.
That's weird.
To just... I mean, I was baffled. I was like, guys, why? We're like, it's just a feeling we have. I was like, that's weird, guys.
Probably like
so,
a new CEO. They always do shit like that.
That's the thing. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
There wasn't one, but maybe it's something like that.
I'm thinking of buying a goat. Because I want to have a trash can that I can make love to. So that's why I'm going to buy a goat. So I can have sex with a trash can. I can do that with the trash can I have now, but a goat has a vagina. That makes it a lot better. I don't care that you're upset. I'm still getting the goat.
I remember you weren't of this world to me. You were like I just had never seen anybody that looks like you, or
I think I
talks
look
like
incredibly
you.
average.
You were like a alien who studied human behavior and got close but didn't quite get there.
Like any other, even a musician, even being a musician and not there, what are you doing? Don't be a musician. That's a stupid thing to do for a living. But if it doesn't work out the way you want it, you can look at these. You got these guys here. These guys. Okay. What are you talking about?
Because child molesters are very tenacious people. They love molesting childs. It's crazy. It's like their favorite thing. I mean, it's so crazy because when you consider the risk in being a child molester, speaking not of even the damage you're doing, but the risk, there is no worse life available to a human than being a caught child molester. And yet they still do it, which you can only really surmise that it must be really good. I mean, from their point of view, not ours, but from their point of view, it must be amazing for them to risk so much. How do you think I feel? It's my last show, probably. Because...
What is the best advice you can give for like a student and like attitude when you're doing that? Because you kind of say a big F you to a lot of people, and I like that.
You mean
I like attitude when you're
what attitude?
when you're in the production, which you've done it all. And what's the best attitude to really give?
The best attitude in production is really really wanting to help a lot. Really wanting to help whoever's show it is be really great. I think that's anybody who's doing any job, really, should want that job to be done really well. I mean, this is a simple answer, but it's really true.
Yeah.
There's one person really usually that has an idea of how to do something, and everybody else should really want. I mean, it's such a rare and great gift to get a job in show business. It's very, very. It's not. You're not going to get one. I mean, statistically, you're not. I just want to say, I'm not trying to say that if you're white, you can't complain.
Right.
I'm just saying that if you're black, you get to complain more.
Right.
Because you can't. There you go.
Don't tell the band that.
Yeah. Because you can't. That's right. You can't take people's historical context away from them, and everybody wants us to. Like, white people are always like, "Come on, it wasn't us." Like, they want black people to forget everything. Like, every year, white people add 100 years to how long ago slavery was. I've heard educated white people say slavery was 400 years ago. No, it very wasn't. It was 140 years ago. That's two 70-year-old ladies living and dying back to back. That's how recently you could buy a guy.
That's it.
And it's not like slavery ended and then everything has been amazing. Like it just.
I'm glad that's over.
Oh yeah, it just ended like a clean where you don't have to wipe. Just boom, and then it's just been parades and presents ever since.
Exactly.
You gotta remember that if you meet a black person, they have gray hair, they remember a time they weren't allowed to use a certain toilet. So give them a little, time to be cranky. And by the way, white people have our own thing that stuff that we went through.
Sure.
That hurt us, that we have to cope with. Like when they took our slaves away. That was really hard for us, and we're still, so it's pretty even.
He goes, yeah, I blew 2 guys just to find out that I didn't like it. And I was like, 2? I feel like you'd know after the first. Like, what happened after the first one?
Well, maybe it was just that dick.
Yeah.
That's
maybe.
true.
Maybe it didn't taste good.
Right. And he was
You
like,
know?
I got to try this again.
If you're going to try anything, you should try it twice.
You should,
I
yeah.
do think that.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't want to try it.
Okay.
Because that means sucking 2 dicks.
Now take yourself through that logically. I'm a man. I've got 2 little girls. I'm not allowed in the ladies' room. I mean, not me personally. I didn't get banned. I can't go in the ladies' room because I got a big old penis. So I just can't go in. I'm not bragging that it's not big like porny, thrusty penis. It's just big like an old man's nose. Just kind of like, just. Here's a joke. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because there was a black guy walking behind him. And he was nervous. He was new to the city, this chicken. And he was like, I feel like he's following me, but I'm not sure. So then he thought, maybe if I cross the road, then if he crossed the road, he's definitely following me. So he crossed the road, and the black guy went home. He's living his life. And the chicken was like, I'm such a racist. And he felt bad. About a month later, a black guy ate the chicken. Different black guy. I'm just telling you what happened. By the way, don't be upset, because this is not a racist joke. This joke is not racist. The chicken was racist. The chicken was definitely racist. But that's chickens. Chickens are very closed down and suspicious and prejudiced. You kind of can't blame them considering that their species murder rate is 100%. Also, I'm not allowed in the ladies' room because I love looking at people's vaginas anytime that I have that opportunity. It's amazing that we still need separate rooms to pee in as human beings. Men are so disgusting that we can't be trusted to pee in the same room. So I have to take my girls to the men's room, which is awesome. Look, girls, 9 penises.
Sex is weird, though. When you're having sex with somebody, you start to make those noises. Those sexual noises. You ever feel weird about the noises you make during sex? You ever listen to yourself and go like, where the fuck did I pick that one up? What the hell was that? Because sometimes you make the oddest noises. You really get into it, you're like, woo! That'd be fun to make that noise with somebody that you're having sex with for the very first time, After all the tension that built up to it, right at the moment of passion, you go, just to watch their face going, shit. Fuck, man, another one. This was weird. I was walking down the street and some guy told me I was wearing a faggy shirt. What the hell does that mean? Total stranger walks up to me on the street and he goes, hey, nice faggy shirt, you faggot! Faggot! I remember the shirt I was wearing. It was pink, and it had a collar, and I had these little pictures of guys blowing each other on it, like sort of a...
Grown-ups ain't worth a meat. Whoops. All right. Oh, shit. God damn it. Idiot. This isn't a gay voice, by the way. It's not. Shut up. I live in New York City, and it's okay there. I live in a nice building. I never lived in a nice place before. When I was growing up, I had no money. My mom didn't. Didn't matter. I was a child. But I'm not used to it because it's nice. There's like a pretty courtyard with flowers and a fountain with little marble boys pissing. I
I don't know. What is it with fountains? Like, all fountain sculptors are pedophiles, basically. You can't get a fountain made without... Can you make me a fountain? Yes, I'll get started right away. Oh, yes! Yes! It's finished! And it's just little boys pissing on the face of a Greek god that looks like him a lot. It's piss on me forever! Anyway, there's one of those in the courtyard of my building. And my first week in the building about a year ago, I went down to the courtyard for the first time. And I didn't look too good, you know? It was a Sunday morning. That's my least presentable hour. There's a lot of, you know, just stains, just like, you know, food and me and whatever. And so I'm sitting there. So, shut up. Oh. Anyway, but so there I was. I'm sitting on the stone bench of this courtyard and feeling a little out of place. You know, there's these fancy doormen and stuff. And then there's this guy looking at me. I notice he's looking at me from across the courtyard. And he's all spiffy looking. He's got brown shoes and he's looking at me like, I could tell he was thinking I don't live in the building. He thinks I just wandered in off the street and sat in the courtyard. And I could tell he's thinking of coming over and dealing with me on his own. And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, please do that. Yes, please, come on. And I'm trying to look even more gross. And I'm like pulling up my shirt. And then I see him go, oh, no, that's not gonna do at all. And he comes over to me. And I'm like, I'm so excited to have this thing. The confrontation where I'm not wrong at all. And he thinks I am. So he comes over, says, excuse me, do you live in this building? And I said, no. Because why not start there? I said, no. He goes, well, then what are you doing here? And I said, I just need to rest. I'm having a hard time. He says, this is private property. And I said, well, I don't really believe in that. You know, just the worst things I could say from his point of view is basically all the things I was saying. And he goes, well, if you don't leave, I'm going to talk to the doorman. I was like, can I just stay like 5 more hours? So he's, no, and he goes over to the doorman. And I see him talking about me to the doorman like this. And then I see the doorman going, oh, no, that guy lives here. That's okay. And the look on his face, it was just so, it was this beautiful cocktail of anger and confusion. It's like I had invented a new way to hurt somebody's feelings. That's how excited I was.
I think we can squeeze one more of these weird stories in. They've been piling up around here lately.
It's lunchtime in one of Haiti's most desperate slums. But because of rising food prices...
Haiti. That sounded like an ad. It's lunchtime in one of Haiti's most desperate slums. Sunny D time. Think they're going to be eating leavings? Leavings.
Sunny D in Haiti, they open the refrigerator and it's just 5 people with bloody machetes looking at a rump roast or something.
Let's say hi to Mike in Arkansas. Mike?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, Jimmy, how much do hooker leavings cost?
Leavings.
Depends on the gal.
Depends on the freshness.
It's lunchtime in one of Haiti's most desperate slums. But because of rising food prices, some of the poorest can't even afford a daily plate of rice.
They're going to eat that
Instead, they're taking desperate measures to fill their bellies. This mother and her toddler now rely on a traditional Haitian remedy for hunger pangs, cookies made of dried yellow dirt. Mud has long been used by pregnant women.
Oh my
God. The crowd loved that.
By the way, I'm not getting in trouble for playing that boring clip over.
Why would you?
All right.
Because God wanted that played.
There's a commercial here. I think it's a commercial that we're playing here in New York where Mike from Mike and the Mad Dog is talking about the Super Bowl. I guess he's doing a little Super Bowl like tidbits or something. I don't even know. But his delivery is like, I don't want to do this. I'm being forced to do this. So here it is.
He's got pizzazz, that guy.
So I've been playing like the boring clip under his commercial read.
What happened with the dirt cookies? They sound lovely.
Yeah, let's
Yellow cookies made from dirt.
Yeah.
Remedy for hunger pangs, cookies made of dried yellow dirt. The mud has long been used by pregnant women and children as an antacid and source of calcium. But now cookies made of dirt, salt, and vegetable shortening have become a regular meal for some. Food prices are up as much as 40% on some Caribbean islands after floods from last year's hurricane season damaged crops. Because of that, Caribbean leaders held an emergency summit to discuss cutting food taxes and coming up with ways to reduce the island's dependence on imports.
Do you know?
Patient doctors say those who rely on the cookies are at risk for malnutrition. And officials warn the dirt can contain deadly parasites or toxins.
This story reminds me. That's why I had to jump in. I was out for sushi the other night, and the rice wasn't as gummy as I like it to be, so my sushi fell apart.
That's really Did you send it back and have it thrown into a garbage pail?
I certainly did. I said, throw this away. No one will want this.
No.
That story reminded me of.
It's worthless.
Have a dirt cookie.
They're eating dirt cookies. Dirt cookies.
How awful. Don't call them cookies.
No, they're not cookies.
No,
it's dirt.
And it reminds me of when, and it's true, I took my daughter to dinner the other night and I ordered her a plate of spaghetti and a cheeseburger.
Wow.
In case, because she's fickle.
She doesn't know which one she wants. I understand that.
A bite of each.
If we're going to talk about food, can we play We Are the World or something? We need some music behind this.
She took a bite of burger, a bite of the pasta, and the rest we just chucked in the gut.
Throw it away. For the rats. The rats eat better than
yeah, exactly.
than the Haitians in the city. I bet you the dirt cookies have some leavings, chips in them.
Sure they do.
Leavings.
I gave my dog... I fed my dog fresh beef and vegetables for breakfast this morning. That's true. Fresh beef from a supermarket.
I went to an Italian restaurant here in Manhattan, and it's served what they call family style.
Ah, yeah.
And it's a giant. You get a giant platter of food, and it's just me and my girl, and she doesn't like what I have.
Sure.
And I don't like what she has. Yeah. So we each had to get a giant portion, of which you couldn't even tell we had eaten anything out of it, and I was stuffed.
Right.
And then they take it away and throw it in the garbage.
Yeah, no, and you throw it in like hazmat garbage, so it's certain that no other people will eat it.
Right.
It's like a shredder for food.
Yeah, because it's illegal to give that food to anybody.
And
the beauty, because we are Americans, that all that beautiful food that's in the dumpsters, we don't let the homeless eat it, so we poison it. They dump actual poison on this delicious food that the homeless would have grabbed and had a nice meal.
Exactly.
We do that because we're Americans.
That's what we've always done.
Jimmy, you got a food story, maybe?
Well, I started with the sushi one. I normally, I don't know. I mean, I like to take a couple of bites out of things and throw it on the floor. And they just say, look, this fell. I'm not paying for it. And then I go home.
Fell. What about the gluttony Super Bowl Sunday? You know, big game on Sunday. The gluttony that's going to be
chicken wings.
Yep, I'll order a pizza.
About a week ago, I was driving from Louisville, Kentucky to Knoxville, Tennessee, and I stopped at a Kroger's.
Right.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was open, totally lit up and air conditioned and perfectly, controlled. And there was just about an acre of meat out on the shelf.
Yeah.
And no one was going to ever buy it that night, and the next day it would all be thrown away.
Yeah, of course.
And that Kroger's represents literally millions of supermarkets that just have, in case one guy wants meat at 3 o'clock and wants a square inch of meat, they put an acre out there.
Yeah, it really sucks they got to eat dirt cookies.
And then it all throws... those people with dirt cookies?
I forgot about the dirt cookies.
What's wrong? Why are they eating dirt cookies? There's meat at Kroger's.
And if you want to
stupid?
Go back a ways, I remember...
how far is Haiti from Louisville, really?
Yeah.
How hard would that be?
Come on. Just make the swim.
When I was probably a little older than these children that they're talking about that are making dirt cookies, I remember going to Jack in the Box with all my friends at the end of a night of drinking, and we would get a breakfast jacks, they were called,
right?
But we would get extra ones, just so after we eat our fill, we could drive by the Jack in the Box and throw them at the big windows in front, and just watch them slide down the window, and would we laugh as that food, that sustenance, was just oozing down the windows.
We have enough food here in this country to do funny things with it.
Yeah.
Do you know
we have to be told not to play with our food.
Exactly.
That dirt cookie story reminded me. I had a Toll House freshly baked. I had about 8 of them, and I was only going to eat 3. And a couple of them actually had more chips on one side of the cookie than the other.
Oh,
that's awful.
That's not infuriating.
That's awful. Hold on, I want to make more room so I could eat.
Yeah. Yeah, how do they deal with the anorexia problem over there? Like, do they have to maybe force them to eat the dirt cookies? And the bulimia? Like, does that hurt when after you binge on dirt cookies, you have to purge, and there's the pebbles that scrape your throat?
Look at the positive side. They don't have those diseases in Haiti.
That's right.
That was...
I went shopping the other night for my kids, and I got a chicken and some lamb chops and beef, and then I ended up not feeling like cooking.
Yeah.
I got takeout every night this week, and all of that food went rotten in my fridge.
Yep. You just got to clean it out, throw it away.
No, it's a real drag for me. It's
molds.
Everyone understands the method. What we're really trying to say with this bit, and don't misinterpret it, is that this Black History Month, we want to acknowledge that in Haiti they are spoiled.
They're what?
Spoiled.
They're spoiled.
You don't have any food. Have a dirt cookie.
I'd love to have cookies for every meal of the day.
Listen, it's not just dirt, too. What did she said? They had vegetable shortening and salt in there?
Something in there.
It's delicious.
Sounds great.
Have a dirt cookie, son. You've been good.
In some countries, that's a delicacy. You know when they say that?
Exactly.
In some countries, that's a delicacy. Yeah, because they don't have any actual food.
Because they don't have beef. Figure it out.
Poor countries.
Spit is a delicacy.
Yeah, that's why slugs are a delicacy.
They spit in each other's mouths for food because they got nothing else.
How about, I remember being a small child and my parents getting into a big fight, and my father taking a full plate, a big platter of spaghetti, and just throwing it against the wall and calling my mother an F and a C. And watching the spaghetti ooze down the wall. And it brought tears to my eyes. Not, the waste of food. It was the fact that my parents were probably getting a divorce, and I was devastated.
Well, the people in Haiti would probably happily drink those tears for nourishment now.
Of course. Well, add it to these dirt cookies. That's where the salt comes from. Their own tears.
Wonderful snack. Wonderful.
Oh, look, an infected toe. Let me suck on that. I'm thirsty.
I have probably personally poured about 4 million gallons of milk down the drain. Just poured it down the drain.
To feed a nation.
Bought a gallon of milk. This has been repeated 50,000 times in my life. Bought a gallon of milk. Didn't even drink a glass of it. Made a cappuccino with an eighth of a cup of it. And then let the rest rot. Come back home from the road and pour it out.
Right.
How about lunch meat?
Lunch meat? Oh, yeah.
We all get like a pound of ham or turkey or something.
Give me a pound. You know what? Give me a pound, buddy.
You make one sandwich and forget that it's in the fridge, and then right into the garbage.
That's it.
It's like
Swiss
the Bible
cheese
says.
becomes cardboard. Stiffens up on it.
Exactly.
Teach a man to buy cookies. Boy, I screwed up. I've never actually read the Bible, but I just heard it's good.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we were doing great, so.
No, that's the thing.
Wow.
Give a nation grain and food and rice, and they'll eat for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Teach them that the dirt beneath their feet can be cookies, and the whole country will be dead in a week.
You're doing a benefit tomorrow at Caroline's.
Caroline's, yeah.
For
New York.
For PlayStation 3? That's crazy.
It's my daughter's school, public school 3.
What the hell's wrong
You're
with
giving
back. What's wrong with your kid's school?
All the money's going away.
Really?
Yeah. No, the city's cutting all the budgets.
Oh, that's true.
Wow, that's a nice thing of you.
Well, it's my kid's school.
All right, those are a little selfish.
If I had no child in the school,
I would throw rocks at it. Yeah. Just to be mean because it's funny. I couldn't care less about someone else's stupid, ugly child and his education.
See their awful drawings knocked out of the window?
Yeah, exactly. No, and I've earmarked the money for just my daughter's care. No other child is allowed to access a penny of it.
She has a brand new computer. They're eating dust mites.
Yeah, exactly. She's being taught by a Harvard professor, just one-on-one in the classroom. And do you go to, like, your daughter's stuff at school, like recitals and... Well, it's not, you don't go to enjoy the show. I mean, it's really narcissistic, stupid parents that shouldn't have had kids. Yeah. That hope their kids are good at something.
Good.
That's not why you go. You don't go because, like, oh, my kid has maybe gifted at singing. No, your kid stinks.
Welcome.
But you're making your kid feel good by going. That's why you go.
Yeah, that's why you go, so they could look out and go, where?
If it's not your kid, you shouldn't bring other grown-ups and make them go because it's a support thing. It's not. No. It's not for the. But I go with my daughter on trips with the school.
Oh, the field trip.
Oh, okay. On field trips, I'll chaperone, and I go sometimes, and I volunteer for lunch recess, because that's a mess. There's nobody there doing it.
Right.
So the
recess,
kids don't get to. They get 10 minutes to eat and 20 minutes to play, and that's it. They're back.
Every day.
It's too crowded.
Back into their cells.
Yeah, it really is like a prison cafeteria. But I went on a trip once to the botanical gardens in the Bronx.
Oh,
with my kids.
Boar Fest.
Yeah.
Holy plants.
Exactly.
Holy plants.
That's going to hold a bunch of first graders' attention.
Yeah.
But so we go up there, and we're on a school bus. And it kind of gave me an insight into how this system works, because the school bus, I think of it as like it's the school's bus company. These people drive school buses for the school. It's just a bus that the teacher called in, a yellow bus driven by some idiot. I mean, it's like, so we get on the bus and the guy turns to me. I'm the first parent behind him, and he goes, do you know how to get there? I'm like,
what?
Yeah, he asked me, do you know how to get there? I'm like, no. And he goes, can you find out how to get there? So we're in the West Village.
I never remember stuff like this when I was.
Yeah, so I call up on my phone. I say, just go to the Bronx. We're going to the Bronx. So we're on the West Side Highway, and I call the Bronx Botanical Gardens, and I go, hi, I'm in a school bus full of children on the West Side Highway. I need to know how to get to you. And the lady says, you can't take a school bus on the West Side Highway. That's illegal. And I say this is true story. I say this to the parent next to me, and she goes, yeah, this is not okay. This is really bad. And it occurs to me, I've never seen any large vehicle on the West Side Highway.
Now that you mention it.
And when it gets up into the Bronx, it's twisty and turny, and it's not okay. And you're forced into a high speed of traffic because it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so we go under an underpass, and I swear to God, we scrape the top of the bus. The whole bus goes grrrr and shakes. And I swear to God, the bus driver yells, "Oh,
Yeah.
Oh crap!"
What you yell when that happens?
Yeah. And then the rest of the underpasses, he kind of ducks his own head down, really, like he kind of crouches.
And so the arch in the middle, it's a little higher.
But we got up there, and nobody. I brought waters. I asked the teacher, like, should I get a bunch of bottles of water? And she's like, I guess. And I thought, well, that's because I'm like over parenting. No, it's because she just didn't care if people drank water.
Unbelievable.
And nobody brought sunblock. A lot of kids died. It was really, it really was like.
That just sounds like abuse. Yeah, what the hell?
It was a disaster. But you know what? The kids, we packed these kids, these heated, it was like summertime, these sweltering hot kids, unfed, into a little tiny classroom. They take you to these beautiful places, and then pack you into a classroom, and you have to listen to somebody.
Oh,
But the woman showed them how a seed becomes a plant.
Yeah.
Totally riveted audience.
Oh, really?
Totally fascinated.
She was killing.
Yeah, she was killing. I learned a lot.
Yeah, about how plants grow.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that an apple
boring.
is food for the seeds inside of it. I thought it.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either, nor do I care now that I do. I hate apples even more now.
But I used to like having my mommy go on there because I was such a mommy's boy, crybaby, little wimpy girl. I was.
And I used to make her dress up like a whore.
What?
Like, I really used to make her dress up like a whore.
What do you mean you made her dress up?
She worked in, like, nightclubs. She was a go-go dancer and stuff like that. I'd go, like, could you wear those, the knee-high boots and the red
So
patent
weird.
leather mini skirt? And could you put your hair in pigtails? And all the, like, kids would be like, oh, your mom is so pretty. and I felt like good. Like, I felt all good. And we went to go see You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown at Radio City Music Hall. And Mom was a field mother, and she wakes up that morning. We're supposed to leave. And she goes, Anthony, I'm so sick. I'm so sorry. I can't go. I start crying. And she's like, all right, I'll do something. So she's swigging Pepto-Bismol. She was hung over to the point where she's puking. She got a horrible hangover. Now she's got to get on some diesel-y bus, dressed like a slut.
With her daughter's son.
Yeah, with her crying daughter, son, her boy girls. So when she said she couldn't make it, I was just...
Well, most people end up screwed up because they were molested by their parents, but you're screwed up because you molested your
I
parents.
was trying to molest my parents.
It's totally opposite.
Yeah. I was trying to molest my mom at the time, I guess.
Wow.
Dressing her up.
I started going on the trips with my kid because the teacher asked me to, because they'd go to a show, and my daughter can't take a show. She gets really upset.
Why?
Drama. She gets
Really?
really upset.
Where does that come from, you think?
I don't know. She takes things really to heart. She's very sensitive. So
How old?
She's 7 now. But
takes
it's been like that her
it-
whole life. Like when she was 3, I showed her a Charlie Chaplin movie, Hard Times. And she loved watching him fall down. It was fun.
Yeah.
And then there's this scene where him and this other, he's poor in the
Little
movie.
violin music starts...
Yeah, it's really sad. And him and this poor girl.
It's not like he had an expressive face.
No. He and this poor girl break into a department store and start playing husband and wife in the department store. And she says, "Are they married?" And I'm like, "Well, they're pretending they're married." She thinks that's so cool. And then the cops come and they arrest him.
Oh, no.
And she just starts bawling. She was so sad.
I find that hysterical. Kids are stupid.
No, she's so sad for their lives being broken up. He's going to jail. And also, she's also sad for America in the Depression. Like, that's the...
Wow.
Like, she just felt all of that.
That kid's too perceptive.
Yeah, she knows too many things.
Maybe she said her dad didn't bring home some cartoons and instead indulging his own whimsy with a Chaplin film.
That's absolutely right, Jim. The teacher asked me to go to trips because she would always scream and run out of the room when stuff happened on these shows.
People are saying
so
she
I come along.
Cried less than me, though.
Yeah. Well, I used to try to talk her out. Like, we went to a show once with these little puppets, and it was a moment that was really a little over the top. Like, they overdid it. Some puppet goes, "Those look like rubies." "Oh, no, it's a dragon's eyes!" And the puppet starts screaming and gets eaten. And my daughter, the scream that she let out with her, like, hands over her ears.
Oh, no.
Is something I'll never forget. I'll never forget
Jesus.
it. It is the most frightening sound it was the sound of somebody being killed.
Really?
And so I dragged her out. And
Beat the crap out
we're
of the guy.
outside, just start hitting her. I don't know. I just wasn't thinking. I was just hitting.
Who thought it was okay that a kid could see something like that?
I don't know. I mean, the other kids are like bored because they play, PlayStation.
Yeah.
So they kill hookers on their TV all day.
So they can handle something like that.
Dragon, right.
Blue's a good father.
I'm all right.
So wait, what happened?
Oh, so I took her outside, and I feel like I felt at the time that my job as a father is to break her of these fears. And I'm saying, look, if you're going to be able to enjoy some things, this isn't fear. This is about being thrilled. And she goes, but she argued forcibly and just said, "No, I don't like being scared. When somebody scares me, I get mad. I don't like it. I don't like when they do something scary without telling you it's going to be scary. And I don't see why anybody would want to feel that way." Like, she made such a case that I was
right in the middle of her
I got to respect this, you know?
should have just went,
Don't look behind you.
All right, listen, we got to take a quick break. Louis
God,
C.K.
that's something. What a perceptive kid, though.
Yeah, she's really smart.
Out here. Okay, what does this guy want? Steve from New York City, what do you want?
Hey, Louie. I'm about 15 blocks away right now. I work in radio. I'm not doing anything tonight, so if you want a co-host or somebody to find some material for you, I'd be happy to do it.
I think that's very generous of you, but I'd rather shit in a hat and wear it for the rest of my life. Thanks, Steve. 3-year-old terror. What do I do? Okay. Hey, guy in New York City, you got a kid and she's a terror?
Yeah, her name's Alexandra. She drives a wedge between me and my wife. I love her to death. She's a great kid, but she just freaks out constantly and screams until you give in, and I just fight with her constantly.
What makes you, what do you give in? Give me an example of you giving in.
An example, I'll say, don't do that or I'm going to take that away.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll do it, I'll take it, and then my wife will say, don't do that, you're torturing her, and I'll give it back to her like a chump.
Have you ever talked to your wife about this?
Yeah, she's just stubborn. My wife is thick.
But here's the thing. Just try this. And I don't care if this is boring for listeners because this is important for you to know. Take your wife aside later. Don't fucking, because I know what happens. She says, give it to her. And you turn to your wife and say, what the fuck did you do that for? And she says, well, you're torturing the kid. And the kid goes, meh. And then you just leave the room and go drink a beer and shit in your own mouth for the rest of your life, right?
Well, basically.
So try this, man. Just next time you're sitting with your wife watching fucking Dancing with the Cunts or whatever it is, just turn to her and say, can I talk to you for a second? And she'll go, what? And say, don't say what like that. Just listen. Maybe I have something to say. And turn off the TV. And say, okay. Listen, when I try to discipline the kid or try to bring consequences to her for what she does, please don't undercut me. Can you see how that's a drag? And your wife's going to argue with you. But,
it's happened numerous times.
Yeah, but don't do it in the heat of the moment. You got to do it at a time where you're not fighting, when everything's cool. You got to bring it up out of nowhere when everything's okay and establish a fucking. Here's the thing. Being a parent, it's like being at war. And the way that we do it, it's as if we were a platoon in the army that didn't even kneel down and draw some pictures in the sand with a rock and you go here and you go there. If you're a platoon, you're going to take a building or something full of brown people that you want to kill. You have to draw a picture of the building in the sand. You say, you go here, and Johnson, you go here, and all that kind of thing, right?
Right.
Otherwise, it would just be like, let's just go get the building. And then people are shooting at you, and you're going, you fucking idiot, go over there, and yelling at each other. That's what parents do. So you need to actually set some time aside and decide, when I say, stop that or I'll take that away, you've got to fucking back me up. And if she has a better plan, let her come up with it.
Right, no, of course.
And if your kid is declining in behavior instead of getting better, then one of you is fucking wrong. So you got to work that shit out. But never back down. Never. Once you tell your daughter this is going to be the consequence, and explain to your kid too, these are consequences. This is what happens when. Don't just say no, you can't have it because I said so. You got to explain to her, I told you not to do that. You're still doing it. This is the consequences that you lose this thing, you little motherfucker. Okay?
All right, Louie. Thanks for the advice.
You know what's weird is that there was a guy in my hometown. He might still be there, and we called him Florida Steve.
Why'd you call him?
That was his. He was a guy, a little kind of oldish man that walked around town, just walked around, and kids would go up to him. And he'd go, how you doing? He'd just walk up to you, hey, hot day, huh? It's hot. It was a routine. It was like an Abbott and Costello.
Was he retarded in any way?
Yeah, I think he was sort of retarded. Yeah. Hot day, right? Hot day. And you go, yeah, it's hot. And he goes, hotter in Florida, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty hot in Florida. He would guide you to what's it like? What's it like down in Florida? It's nice. Girls down there? What are the girls like down there?
Oh, shit.
Well, they got nice girls in Florida. They got big tits. And you go, yeah, they got big tits, Steve. And then he'd put his hand in his pocket and he'd just start jacking off right in front of you. Big bottoms, big. And it was just a routine. It was like Abbott and Costello. And then at one point you'd go, hey, what are you doing down there in your pants? And you'd go, get out of here. I'll cut you to ribbons. You won't say that when the bullets fly. And he'd start threatening you and then you walk away.
I think every town's got one of them. This guy called Crazy John. Yeah. And he used to be behind John's bargain store. I don't know if his name was John, but we just called him Crazy John.
Because he was behind John's bargain store.
And he had a shopping cart
with a big.
It's like naming a stray dog.
Yeah. It's just we'll name him after the bargain store. I know, and he would collect plastic bags, and he'd come up to you and just go, "Plastic bag, plastic bag, plastic bag," and you're like, "I haven't seen any plastic bags, John." Okay, and then he'd go up to the dumpster, and he had one of those giant, those big plastic sunflowers people put in their lawns that spin around in the wind.
Sure.
He had that on his shopping cart, and he'd push it around looking for plastic bags. Crazy John.
Remember Eddie at WNEW?
Oh, yeah, another.
Eddie worked at NEW when we were over there, and his whole job was to empty the garbage from offices.
Yeah.
And he loved tits.
Yeah.
Where he would uncomfortably stare at tits.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he had no switch where it's like, you shouldn't do that.
You take a glimpse.
Because he'd be going, I like that girl. She was pretty cute. I like that. And meanwhile, he's just looking at her tits. And the fucking girl's all creeped out.
I brought him to somehow the guys talked me into taking him out for lunch. So I took him to the Brooklyn Diner, and the waitress happened to have a nice tit.
Oh, no.
It was so awkward.
Jesus.
We could barely eat lunch because Eddie just had to stare at tits the entire time.
Horniness plus retardation is a bad.
Bad combination.
Bad.
There's no switch. They just like.
Yeah. What do you got, Aunt? Brooke Hogan?
I was.
Upkeep. This is what my daughter has a Webkin, which is a little stuffed animal.
I know the Webkin thing.
It's in front of you. It's a physical animal.
Yeah.
But then you go on and there's a cartoon of it on this website, and you feed it.
Yeah.
Food, you buy it gifts, you earn money to get it things, and life, and then she's 60 and it's over. Like, it's just so much time. I don't think people realize how much time you're spending.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing as Facebook. You sit there and you glaze-eyed go through your friends. You manage it, do all the management that's not even fun.
Yeah.
And then you find one or two friends from high school to say, oh, yeah, you're fatter now. That's interesting.
It's like, wow.
And then you go, my life. It's been 4 or 5 hours. I just did that. So I don't let my daughter do this. I don't let her do it anymore.
How old are your daughters?
7 and 3.
Oh, okay. My sister's kids are a little older than yours. And she discovered they got Facebook pages, so she put a stop to that.
Yeah, you can't.
Like 10, I think 11 and 9 now, I believe. And
well, my daughter asked because I just kept saying, no, can I do Webkin? Nah, not right now, honey. I just would say, not right now.
Nah, you're going to waste your life.
And then one day she said, hey, how come never with the web? Like, never. I can't do it. And
she's on to you.
She made a case for it. And I said, okay, I'm not going to just because I don't believe in just telling your kid, because I said so.
Do as I say.
Yeah, like, what are you teaching the kid except for that you're a fat idiot they want to get away from? That's the only thing you're giving them. Why not look, the kid, I always give my kids a day in court, because that's a skill they're going to learn.
Yeah, they're going to need that, yeah.
Is how to, I'm like, okay, if you have it, let me hear it out. And she goes, well, I like doing Webkins. You say no every time, and I don't understand why you don't tell me why. And so I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and I explained to her, your life just goes into this hole of waste. When you sit I said, you have your whole life to do that. You're going to probably do a lot of that.
That's so true.
You're going to go on computers, and you're going to spend a lot of time looking but when you're not looking into a computer, you're reading, you're coming up with games, you play with your sister, you do all this stuff. And I just think it's better for your brain. You're really smart, and that's just going to might make you boring. And so for now, I'm just saying, I said, but if you really feel strongly about it, we'll make some time for it and put a clock on put a timer on it. And she never asked me again. Which I hope is because she thought, she was flattered that I thought she was smart enough to take care of her brain.
I doubt
and that she understood the idea. It also might be just that I intimidated her.
Yeah. Just try to find someone online who will kill you for money.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
In the Jesus, okay, here's one. This is when he turned water into wine. This is his first miracle. This is John chapter 2, okay? Okay, and on the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee. And the mother of Jesus was there. And both Jesus was called and his disciples to the wedding. And when they wanted wine, the mother of Jesus saith unto him, they have no wine here. And Jesus saith unto her, woman, what have I to do with thee? Just life. Mary was a fucking alcoholic. He took her to a wedding, and there's no fucking wine, Jesus. What am I supposed to do here without wine? And he's like, Mom! Don't. Anyway, you know the rest of the story is that Jesus, he's at the wedding, they had no wine. So Jesus went to the guy running the wedding, and he was like, look in the water barrel. Like that, like a close-up magician. Why don't you take a look? Maybe it's not the Red Queen. Go ahead, flip that card over. What do you think? Told him to look in the water barrel, and he looked, and it was wine. He had turned all their water into wine. Everybody rejoiced. Except the guy running the wedding was probably like, we did need some water. It's actually a bigger problem. I have a feeling a lot of his miracles were met with mixed. Like, oh, thanks. That's great, Jesus. Fuck. Like Lazarus. Lazarus had been dead for 4 days. And Jesus comes to town and he says, Lazarus, rise. And Lazarus comes out of the tomb like... And Lazarus' wife is like, are you fucking kidding me right now? But so here's a story that I want to read to you. This story, I've never seen it in a Jesus movie. This story is not in any movies about Jesus. And it's not, I never, until I sat and read this, I never heard this story. Because it's weird.
Must be awful to be other kinds of stuff. You know, I'm glad I'm this. This is a pretty good deal when you consider the alternatives. Anything else, any other kind of thing, you're in the food chain. You're in the food. We are out of the food chain. I don't know if we fully appreciate the fact that we got out of the food chain. That is a massive upgrade. Because for every other living thing, life ends by being eaten. That's how all life ends, is every single life except human life. Every life ends like this. Ah! 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 We're the only ones that get to just die old in a bed. Just, I love you. Bye. I mean, imagine if we were still in the food chain on top of everything else. Imagine if we were in the food chain. It would just be another thing you gotta deal with. You're already having a bad day. You wake up in the morning, you're making breakfast, you burn your toast, and it's too late to try again. And your kid comes in and says, "Bleh," and you're like, fine. And it's just, why? You get a thing in the mail that says that your phone's different and your mortgage is another company now. What? I don't get it. Then you're walking to work like, why do I even bother? Oh, shit. God damn it. There's always fucking cheaters at the train station. Stop it. Do you think that sharks would be embarrassed if they knew that we could all see their fins sticking out of the top of the water? I think they'd be bummed, because I don't think sharks are aware of that at all. I think sharks think they're slick. They swim around like, hey, nobody has any idea who's down here. And we're all up here like, there's totally a shark right there. It wouldn't be fun being a predator either. If you're a predator, imagine if every time you're hungry, you gotta chase a guy who's running for his life. You gotta, come on, dude, shit, get over here. And just hold him down and bite his neck till he shuts the fuck up for a minute. So you can just sit there and eat his stomach before you go to work. That would really suck. That's why animals just, they go, let's do this together, man. You chase the parents away, I'm gonna eat the kid, and you circle back. That's why they do it like that. Fuck it, I'm eating babies. This is bullshit. Grown-ups ain't worth a meat. Whoops. All right. Oh, shit. God damn it. Idiot. This isn't a gay voice, by the way. It's not. Shut up. Yeah.
Do that anyway. To read about you is to know that nothing, even close, is as important as your children.
Yeah, easily. Being a dad that's the most important job.
And what did they think of the comedy? Did they love it? Did they say, it's not me, Dad, it's funny how you use us, but it's not me?
Well, the stand-up that I do, I've changed the way I talk about my kids just because I like sharing my stand-up with my kids. I like showing them what I do. Yeah. And, the first time I ever showed my oldest daughter a bit I used to do about hide and seek, playing hide and seek.
Yes, tell me that story.
With her, and it was about getting really frustrated that she would hide it in plain sight, literally, and I would have to pretend she wasn't, that she was hiding better. And on stage, I would say what BS this was because she's, I have to pretend she's good, and I would rail about it and get angry. And I showed this to her when she was, 6, and she laughed a lot because her younger sister. It was like that now. Like she was having to patronize her younger sister.
Oh, I see. She was doing the same thing.
So she's like,
that's like what it is.
Yeah, she's like, I know exactly how you feel. And she was able to make that connection. And she also thought it was funny that I got so upset. She knew it was funny because in real life at home, I'm not like that. I get upset like any parent does, but not unreasonably. So she thought, she knew.
But would she say to her friends, I have the funniest dad in the world? He's the funniest man to be around.
Oh, geez, I don't know. What I hope is that her thoughts about me are as a father.
As a loving father.
I'm there for her when she gets off the bus from school. I'm there for her. I take her home. I cook her dinner. We do her homework together, and her sister, same thing. So I take care of them. To me, that's what I want them to remember. I think
of course.
The work is like something that hopefully when they're like 18, 19, they'll Google me and go, wow, this guy did a bunch of stuff while he was doing that, It's not important to me that I like to model for them a good life in my career as far as, trying really hard and being responsible. I tell them when something big is at stake and when it doesn't go well or when it does. I tell them that stuff as a role model, But I could be doing the same thing if I was working at some company making widgets or something,
What interesting.
Hey, so going back to your kids, there's a story that happened in a mall. I want to get your take on it. Simple as that. All right, it's a pretty good one.
A mother outraged. Her 5-year-old daughter had an emergency, and she says store employees refused to help.
The mother says she was eating at a shopping mall when her 5-year-old started screaming. Many parents can relate. It was a bathroom emergency. But when she went to the nearest place for help, they said no.
She says her daughter had a massive accident. Well, now the store's owner is receiving death threats because of this bathroom backlash.
This just never should have happened. It never should have escalated this high.
But it did. Now one mother has started an internet campaign. And this store owner...
People have called asking if this is my address and said my address to my daughter. And she was terrified.
Says she's now getting death threats.
Good.
The only one that I actually read was the one that said what they wanted to do to me. That was... beat me with a lead pipe.
Well, stop thinking your stupid bathroom is sacred.
All right, wait a minute, though. So this mother is starting the internet campaign against the store?
Yeah. What kind of store?
I hate the mother. I hate her.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, but see, you got the 5-year-old. Obviously, the 5-year-old.
I got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I've been out in public with them many times.
Yeah.
I've been at Yankee Stadium with them.
And you need a bathroom.
Yeah, you need a well, okay, here's what happens. You're at Yankee Stadium with your 2 kids, and you don't want to, the Yankee Stadium men's room.
Right.
It's pretty disgusting.
Sure is.
And I don't want to go there and be in line with my kids and then go into a stall that's just got... is just a chocolate-covered toilet seat. But I do it because I know later I might not have a bathroom. She didn't, if her kid has started screaming, I have to go to the bathroom, that means she's a lousy mother. That's all. I can just tell you that as a fact.
Oh,
that she doesn't know how to take care of her
She
kids.
should have maybe sooner found something.
She's a self-centered, stupid mother eating a fat burger at the mall. Just an idiot.
The key word there was massive.
Yeah.
The kid had a massive accident.
I don't want to.
Wow.
I think there's more that's going to be revealed here.
Oh, is there?
Instead of us saying it, because like the lead pipe thing, came out of nowhere. I'm hoping these other facts come out of nowhere.
Beat you with a lead pipe.
Anthony said massive. Yeah. Massive is key to this story now.
Okay.
Look, keep listening.
Okay.
And this lady's now getting death threats because, she wouldn't let the mother with the young child use her bathroom.
Because there's rules about it. Public restrooms, there's when you have a store or a restaurant, your bathrooms are either rated for public use or not. You can't. It's actually a rule. So the woman's legitimate by not letting the person.
It's a dumb bathroom.
All right, let's hear.
This after a Huntington Beach mom walked into Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory.
Louis C.K. just did a spit take.
Come on. No way.
Wow.
Is that the name of the book?
That's why we don't want to give too much away. Yeah, there's a lot of surprises in this story. A lot of surprises.
My daughter left truffles all over the floor.
Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. Yuck.
Just let her drop one on the wax paper next to the other ones.
Right.
Let Lucy wrap it up after.
Cool, no.
This after a Huntington Beach mom walked into Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory last Thursday.
She was carrying the child and she came running over here and she's saying, my 4-year-old, she has diarrhea. She needs to go to the bathroom.
My 4-year-old. What is it with saying my 4-year-old twice?
Probably so they would know it wasn't for her. Right.
Yeah.
I get it.
No, she had diarrhea. It's not her kid.
Oh, how great is this?
All right, go ahead.
Chocolate Factory.
Diarrhea. It's the best day of my life.
This is fantastic.
Cha-cha-cha.
Over here and she's saying, my 4-year-old, she has diarrhea. She needs to go to the bathroom.
Owner Bonnie Overturf wasn't there at the time. She says her employee instructed the mother to go to the public restrooms around the corner, a policy Overturf has advised all employees to follow.
Per health department regulation, no person not working with the food can come
They have diarrhea
and be that close to the food.
But on a blog, the mother wrote, I beg them to have a heart, that she was only 5. But by that time, she had lost it all over herself and me.
I beg them to have a heart. Have a brain, idiot. The bathroom's around the corner.
It's around the corner. Just
You're
go.
in a mall. There's bathrooms around the corner. You don't
Stop
go into a
arguing.
store. If you're in a mall, you don't go into the chocolate store to use the bathroom.
The Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory.
No, moron.
I don't know. You know what?
You gotta let the mother use the dumb bathroom.
I hate these.
Yeah.
They're scum. Just the way they would make, knowing it's a little kid and they couldn't give the kid a break. It's like, so what? The mother's stupid. You're gonna make the kid pay? That store sucks.
I don't know,
hate
man.
kids.
Well, probably it's not. It's like a bathroom that's behind the counter. It's like
it sounded like it was in a place where it's too close to the Rocky Mountain chocolate, and you don't want a little kid.
I guess it just touches a nerve with me because I hate the mother. I hate most American parents, which is so stupid.
Right.
They don't make the slightest effort.
I'm so
to get
happy.
ahead of things with your kid.
So happy she was exploded on.
When you're out with your kid, you ask him every 20 minutes or so, you got to go? Do you have to go?
Yeah, but I'm with Jimmy, man. You walk around New York, you need a bathroom every once in a while, and there's a bunch of these scums. They won't let you use their bathroom. Like, you have to buy something, so then you're sitting there buying dumb gum so you could use their stupid, turlet.
But look, I've pulled over with my kid at a gas station or something or a restaurant, and they'll go, you can't use the bathroom. And I do get mad. Yeah. But you're responsible for your kid's anus and urethra and what emits from there on.
Well, so they didn't let you use it?
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
Why do they lock the bathrooms at gas stations?
Does
anyone know the answer to that question?
Comedian Frank D'Amico had a funny joke. Are they afraid someone's going to break in and clean it?
It made me laugh. Here's the last part of the story. This is what the mother wants everyone to do because of what happened.
Had I been there, yes, I probably would have allowed her to go in the back because I am a mother and I understand that.
The mother says she ran into the theater next door to clean her daughter up. So far, over 100,000 people have viewed her blog. where she encourages others to boycott all Rocky Mountain chocolate factories.
Nope. I don't hate her.
I love her.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
I hate her.
It's not.
She's sitting. This is what I see. See, I'm a parent, so this is what I see now. She's sitting there, working, starting a blog and a website.
Yeah.
And her kids, Mommy, shut up!
Shut up! I'm doing my blog.
I'm making a website because you pooped your pants on my body. Mommy, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Shut up! I'm blogging about your diarrhea that came out of your anus.
No.
Sorry.
It was funny, but
sorry.
It's all right. Here's what it is.
It's so true. No, he's right. This woman is now. She has this purpose.
Yeah, no, it's doing everything to avoid being any kind of a parent.
You get so sick and tired
because people enjoy being angry, especially from a "what about the kids" angle.
Yeah,
but I don't
it's
care
just
about
people
kids,
going, "How awful." You know, it's okay for single people to do stuff like this, but when you have kids, you just roll with the punches. I mean, she's being stupid. And also, I don't know, I mean, I wasn't there, but the timing of the story sounds like she ran in. I mean, this is what it sounds like. She went, "Oh, help! I'm going to sue you now."
Yeah.
It was like, "Help! Oh, man, we don't allow this place. Please, could you just..." Oh, I'm going to go do a blog.
It sounds like even if she let her use the bathroom, that the kid was going to lose it
would
before
not
they
have made it.
Yeah.
She probably would have had diarrhea on top of the chocolate.
Yeah.
I think there's a good shot.
Good chance.
If the diarrhea got on the mother, so the kid was probably wearing a dress.
Oh, God.
Wow. That means the mother got diarrhea on her, according to this story.
Yeah.
So a little girl had like this skirt which looked like an upside down funnel. Like she was like a diarrhea dispenser. She came in with holding a kid in her arms saying, "Can I please splurge diarrhea all over your food? Can I hand her to you over the counter so that the diarrhea just
goes all over your Rocky Mountain chocolate?"
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else we got here.
Encourages others to boycott all Rocky Mountain chocolate factories.
On the mother's end, what a sad thing. Here you have a child and we have an emergency, and where can I go? If I was a mother and I had to go and take my child somewhere, and am I going to have a door closed on me because I'm having a problem?
Overturf tells me she apologized to the mother. She's also contacted police because of the anonymous threats. We tried to contact the mother today, but couldn't reach her.
Yeah, because she was too busy blogging.
Yep.
Everybody has a competition in their brain of good thoughts and bad thoughts. Hopefully the good thoughts win. For me, I always have both. I have like the thing I believe, the good thing. That's the thing I believe. And then there's this thing. And I don't believe it, but it is there. It's always this thing and then this thing. It's become a category in my brain that I call, of course, but maybe. I'll give you an example. Okay, like of course, children who have nut allergies need to be protected. Of course. We have to segregate their food from nuts. Have their medication available at all times. And anybody who manufactures or serves food needs to be aware of deadly nut allergies. Of course. But maybe if touching a nut kills you, you're supposed to die. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Jesus. I have a nephew who has that. I'd be devastated if something happened to him. But maybe, if we all just do this for 1 year, we're done with nut allergies forever. No, of course not. Of course, if you're fighting for your country and you get shot or hurt, it's a terrible tragedy. Of course. Of course. But maybe if you pick up a gun and go to another country and you get shot, it's not that weird. Maybe if you get shot by the dude you were just shooting at, it's a tiny bit your fault.
Of course, slavery is the worst thing that ever happened. Listen, you all clapped for dead kids with the nuts. For kids dying from nuts, you applauded. So you're in this with me now. Do you understand? You don't get to cherry pick. Those kids did nothing to you. Of course, slavery is the worst thing that ever happened. Of course it is. Every time it's happened. Black people in America, Jews in Egypt, every time a whole race of people has been enslaved, it's a terrible, horrible thing. Of course. But maybe every incredible human achievement in history was done with slaves. Every single thing where you go, how did they build those pyramids? They just threw human death and suffering at them until they were finished. How did we traverse the nation with a railroad so quickly? We just threw Chinese people in caves and blew them up and didn't give a shit what happened to them. There's no end to what you can do when you don't give a fuck about particular people. You can do anything. That's where human greatness comes from, is that we're shitty people, that we fuck others over. Even today, how do we have this amazing microtechnology? Because the factory where they're making these, they jump off the fucking roof because it's a nightmare in there. You really have a choice. You can have candles and horses and be a little kinder to each other, or let someone suffer immeasurably far away just so you can leave a mean comment on YouTube while you're taking a shit.
I was changing my daughter the other day, and she's too old for diapers now, but she's still in them, and it's bad because this kid does not poop. This kid craps. This is not okay anymore. I was changing her diaper the other day. It was like a 48-year-old alcoholic man's shit in her diaper. Like, she was out all night drinking Jaeger, and she went to Denny's and got a Grand Slam. Ate half of it, got in a fight in the parking lot. Passed out in a Pontiac and shit herself. And her friends drove her home with the windows open and dumped her on my lawn. And now I gotta clean it. And it's crazy. And you can't even react. You can't go like, what the fuck? That's disgusting. You'll fuck them up about their own shit. You gotta be nice. You open her diaper, it's just chaos in there. It's just bananas. It's just... every shit amazes me. I'm never used to it. Everyone, I'm like, okay, wow, what is that? You have been eating diarrhea for a week, I think. Because that's awful. But you can't. You gotta be like, you just go, oh, why? You really got something there, honey? That's really something. That's really okay. Well, all right, let me scrape that off your knees for you. Just get it down off your back. Just get all this hazmat in one place. Wipe you down. Clean your tiny vagina at the end. Who knew that was going to be my life? I had no idea that my relationship to the vagina was going to be cleaning shit out of a tiny one several times a day. They don't tell you that. When you're getting ready to be a dad, nobody pulls you aside and says, you're going to have to clean the vagina a lot because every time she takes a shit, it goes straight up her twat. They don't tell you that. Nobody tells you. And they should. It's a big part of being a dad. It's bigger than Christmas. It happens every day. And you got to get it right, front to back. It's very important. Now.
Woo! We get to kill babies! Do some shots and kill some babies.
I killed like 4 babies last night. It was fucking retarded. I just think it has to be one or the other. You know, like when people say abortion should be legal, safe, and rare. Why rare if it should be legal? If it should be legal, it's shitting. If it should be rare, it's murdering babies. But again, women should be allowed because 2 reasons I think women should be allowed to kill babies. Number 1, I don't think life is that important. It's just not. It is not. People get too excited